Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Chase the Sunset. I've actually been on the road off and on for a good part of the day over in the Wisconsin Dells area, and I am now back. I was sitting at home for a while there trying to figure, for like half an hour, trying to figure out what I was doing. And we've had great clouds all day. I've been out photographing and kind of filming a little bit as I was going. So I figured this is a great opportunity to get out there. Maybe we'll get a decent sunset. So, kind of gonna have to hoof it here since I delayed myself a little bit there. But should be all good. Gave myself kind of enough time. And because I'm kind of going last minute, I'm going to head to the spot that I've been going for the last week or so. I don't have time to get to water. So that's the plot as it stands. It should take us about 10-15 minutes to get out there. I don't see any large, bulky clouds hanging, so we should be okay. Should be okay to hit it. So, I have no idea how my battery situation is in the camera at this point. Any of them, actually, for this matter. But we'll just suck it up and get out there and see what happens. And ironically, going back partially the exact way that I was coming back in about 45 minutes ago. I should have just thrown everything in the car and had it with me all day, the rest of the gear. So, let's see how it goes. Let's see if we get this. Now I put these new wipers on last week, thank God. Not squeaking, not hanging. It should be in pretty decent shape for the windshield, sort of, apparently. So out we go. We will see. Clouds are looking pretty good out there, aren't they? All day they have been. We've got some decent footage. So, I'll put together a video, come back, and we'll see what it all looks like. Earlier with the road being closed due to an accident. So I'm going to take a detour. But you do what you gotta do. Alright. Here we go. It's about 5:14 Central right now. 6:17 Eastern, 7:14 Pacific. .37 degrees. It hasn't moved much at all really today. Winds have been up, so that's part of the deal. I gotta go check that place out. Some kind of stuff for sale. Looks actually very organized. Compared to one of the stores I stopped at today. I was in Baraboo, Wisconsin. Stopped there at a couple antique places. Didn't have as much time as I was hoping, but I think when I I get out there, I'm going to have to set the video camera up quickly here. There you go. Give it a little turn. Here we are going. The sun will be down by another 7 degrees by the time I get to the place where we're trying to go. A little golden light already. It's a little early for that, but okay. Starting tomorrow, we're going to have an extra hour, which means that should help my planning and plotting a little bit with an hour later for sunset. These 4:15, 4:30, 5 o'clock sunsets are brutal. Yeah, the clouds look, they're definitely closer together as we go south from the looks of it. You know, the south, the west, dead west is looking like it's packing up a little. We'll see what happens. Hey, Sydney, how are you? Zach, how are you? Bert, welcome in. Looks like we got a shot at it here. Thanks all for showing. The sun is in my eyes a little bit, so it's hard to see the chat if there was anything even there. But as you can see, we've got some decent clouds going on. All day, actually. It's been awesome. So I was over not too far from the Wisconsin Dells a little while ago, about 2 hours ago. Looking for potential places to go set up and get some things. That's probably about 2.5 hours from here. Also looking for some particular areas in case of stormy weather. All that good stuff. We're going to go set up and get a good vantage point. Good for you in the greenhouse. That's awesome. I hope you're getting a lot of stuff planted, man. That season's coming soon. I've seen a couple people out already. They were tilling. So there's a lot of talk about whether to take a shot and try to plant early or not this year. You know, the problem is if you do and you get an early frost, you're toast. Yeah, awesome clouds today. All day it's been like this. That's why I was shooting a lot of video while I was driving so I could bring it back and do some editing. All right, I think we're at our turn. So we're gonna head south in a minute here. So the sun will be to our right, so we might not see it on camera for a couple minutes till I get over the next road. Yeah, it's off to our right. Lots of rain, yeah. There was rain here a couple days ago. The fields aren't looking, had a couple days of drought, but it's been cool, so I wouldn't attempt going out in the field too much yet. All right, train tracks, no signals. Take an eye out and see what's going on. No train here. Yeah, the clouds. This is my kind of day to shoot a time lapse. I had already things to do today. Otherwise, I would have sat here and sat in the middle of the field just time lapsing like crazy. And yes, if you're asking, I do own the whole damn road, by the way. Whoa, was that an eagle? Sure enough, I just passed the eagle on the ground. Usually I'm looking up for those. That's a great shot, actually. Wow. I can't play the video. What am I doing? It's a little noisy. How many cameras can you have running at once? The side view is awesome. Alright. Quicker than I was hoping. I should not have delayed the half hour, but that's the way it goes. You can always say, well, there's tomorrow. Problem is, you have no idea what the changes are going to be in 24 hours in the sky. Like I always say, if you see something, get it. Which actually I had to do today. I had to make a U-turn and go back and get a photo. Is this where I want to go? Yep. Alright. We're going to turn right into the sun. Oh, car behind me. This is going to get interesting as I hit the top of the hill. So I want to turn into a parking lot, so I'll see if I can get far enough ahead of them. Let's get far enough ahead, but not end up on the right-hand side of the road in the cemetery. The church would be a good shot to go back and get. All right, let's just see. Here we are. Oh, nothing coming to tell. All right. Found this spot a little bit ago. We've been here a couple different times. Today, with the clouds in the sky, this should give you a dead-on view. How's that? God, it's blinding in my eyes, but it looks pretty cool. So I'm gonna leave the car run so this phone, all my stuff keeps running here. Oh, all right. For now, we'll turn it off. I'll come back and turn it on in a minute. Let's get some camera set up. Video first. Alright, time lapse is running. Hey, Specks and Field, thanks for stopping by. Hey, howdy hound, good to see ya. I think we're gonna get a decent sunset tonight. Look at that. And hopefully, I learned from the other night, the sun's gonna move from the left to the right a little bit. So I just set my time lapse up so it didn't go out of frame. Alright, camera 2. It's windy up here on this hill, let me tell you. That wind is not my friend tonight. But we're getting some. Should make the time lapse move a little quicker with the clouds even. Whew. Let's just see here. Hey Rob, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for joining in. Well, I mean, my time lapse is on a tripod. It's pretty windy. I was going to put another camera on a different tripod and then one on the car. But the wind's going to start blowing stuff over. It's just way too windy this evening. So, yep, tonight, Rob. As David Lee Roth says, jump. I had 1 hour tonight. I think we may get a treat tonight. This might be good. We'll see if we get, once the sun goes down, we'll see if we get any color reflection back, which if we do, that could be pretty cool. If you go back to my December 5th time lapse, I call it When the Earth Turns to Hell. The color was amazing what happened to the sky after the sun was down. And don't forget, we got a total eclipse coming up in less than a month from now. It's going to cut a swath through Indiana. If you go look at the map. So I'm trying to plan my schedule accordingly, but I know how it gets out there. It's going to be crazy. But it is the last total eclipse, I think, for 20 years maybe? Oof. Oh man, that wind is howling up here. Set that on the car, that's safe. So I'm run the car so things keep charging. This will take care of the seatbelt issue. Yeah, we know. Looking pretty good, those clouds, the way it's cutting through there. Whew. Oh, now I can see what I'm doing through the glasses. There we go. I'm near Janesville, Wisconsin right now. Thanks, Spexterfield. Yeah, it's actually, we've been out here, I think I've come out, 3 out of the last nights out of the last week, and this is by far definitely the best. Here it comes off the bottom of that. That's what I was hoping for. Man, it's cold enough out there in the old hands. I'm not sure if I ran out to grab my gloves or not. Yeah, the eclipse should be good. I've got some good photos during the last one. And I was in Maryland at that point, so I got a partial eclipse. So I'm debating. Bert, you're all over the place. You're worse than I am, which is good. Appreciate all you're doing for everybody. You're helping everybody out a ton, which is awesome. I gotta get some sunrise now. The right angle, it's working out. Whew. Come on here. Back up. Yeah, the camera's going all over the place. And there's confusion in the chat. Ay, ay, ay. All right, let's see what else we get here. It's getting a little lower. The color is changing. think this shoot will definitely qualify as one of the postcard photos I'll be putting on the list to give away. Because so far it's looking good. There's a line of trees. Yeah, you can kind of see them to the right of where the sun is right now. And I'm hoping the sun gets right behind those as it comes down. Let's see if I can bring it in. My hands are too cold to bring the focus in. I'm like, oh, I don't want to mess it up. I'll leave it where it is right now. Can I zoom it in later? See you later, Hobby. Have a great night, man. Thanks for stopping by. Well, I've got, because I used to be a Canon guy. Now I have Sony, Canon, and a Nikon, actually. A couple Sonys, a couple Canons. And one night, if I get a night like this, I'm going to bring out the big film camera, the 4x5 or the 5x7 camera, and do some film. Now, I've actually, believe it or not, Bert, I've got it stopped down to about f20 right now because the sun's bright. But I'm still shooting, because of the sun, I'm shooting pretty quick. I think I might be at like 1200 of a second. Oh, there we go. Line right through the cloud, right through the sun. Bingo. Alright, let's see what's going on. While I'm at it, multitask. Do a quick short too. Come on. Up you go. Alright, we're getting closer there. This should be interesting once the sun goes down, hopefully. That wind could go away. I'd be happy. I can deal with 36 degrees, it's not the wind. Panda Express. There you go, Zach. Right into the sun. And you wonder why I have sunglasses. Sydney, what's going on your way? Okay, we're almost down to the horizon. Let's see what we get. This could get interesting. Oh. Okay, the sun is at the trees. Let's see what we get here. Oh yeah, here we go. There's some color coming. Nice. We've got another cloud, right? I can tell the sun's going down because the critters are getting louder. There you go. Let's see if we can get a little closer. A little color coming. Nah, it's a little too cold to camp out, even for me, Alex. Damn, the wind is just killing me. And it's 36 degrees. It's cold enough. If I was camping right now, I'd be drinking. That's for sure. Holy cow. I'm going to be drinking anyway when I get back. Yikes. Awesome color. With those trees, where the sun went down, I think we've got a couple good shots there. The whole sky looks orange. We'll see if we get any more color. A little color on the outside sky, but not a lot. Sounds good, Sydney Cat. Well, I wasn't squirrel hunting, that's for sure. Yeah, she's double fisting Bert. Pork chops do sound pretty good there, Alex. I'm waiting to see if there's any moisture in the air here. Yeah, you can see that color. Definitely. What the hell's my car beeping about? Trunk ajar. No kidding, Sherlock. Engine on. No kidding. Anything else I'd like to tell you? Trunk ajar. Oh, tire pressure low. Well, we'll see. Let me tell you, the last time I got the green flash. Take care, Alex. The last time I got the green flash was flying over the Atlantic to Heathrow Airport in the morning. This is back when I could get in the cockpit before they shut them down in 2001. It was great. And now I need to go put air in my tire. Right. Oh well. The old hands. Ay, ay, ay. Cold. I say cold. Sky does look pretty cool though. We got some decent stuff going on there. Well, here I thought we might get some after sun. I'm gonna hold off and we'll see what happens. Last time it was about 6:10, 6:15 when it happened. Let's just see here. All right, let's see here. Come on, color. Bert, I don't know if you know this. 3 weeks ago, when I was in Maryland, I was taking the back way up to Frederick, Maryland, going through some woods, and all of a sudden, and I mean all of a sudden, I had a fireball race by me from back to front on the left-hand side of the car. It was the night of that meteor, and it was huge and it was orange, and I thought, okay, I haven't been drinking. Then because I was near DC, I went, uh-oh. So I kind of waited for an explosion because, I used to live there, so I expect anything to happen there. But I made a couple phone calls and said, all right, listen to the news. Let me know if I just saw a meteor, a bomb, or a plane go down. It has to be one of the three. I was hoping for the meteor, obviously. And it was huge in the sky. I mean, I couldn't believe it. And of course, it was to my side, so even if the camera was going, I never would have gotten it. Well, what in the color? Kind of odd. No birds flying tonight. Usually at sundown, you'll see birds start flying. Not tonight.
For your safety, please stay alert to changing road conditions and use Sync's voice-activated features while your vehicle is in motion.
Really? Blah, blah, blah. It really is. And it was huge. That's why I thought at first it was a plane coming down, but then I realized I wasn't by Dulles Airport, nowhere International Airport. So I was trying to figure out what's it all about. I couldn't think about it. Then I went missile, obviously, and then I went meteor because it was huge in the sky. I couldn't believe it going by me. It was just racing by me. Well, we've got a little color across the bottom of the sky, and I don't know how. With no other clouds in the sky, that might be as far as it goes, but I'm going to give it a little bit here just in case. You also have to ask yourself, was I drinking? But I hadn't been, because I had a 5-hour drive up to New Jersey from there. So I knew it wasn't that. At least I was pretty confident it wasn't that. Hopefully the time lapse is going to look pretty cool tonight. And hopefully I've got it set up correctly. I mean, I got the whole thing the other night, but it wasn't as good as it could have been, so I really didn't publish it yet. I'm hoping since I didn't have to go on the road today, I can actually make it for most of Spine Ticks, at least get through half of it. Man, last week I had to come back and watch the replay. I got through like the first hour. Kind of does, doesn't it? Or, what was it? Wild Kingdom. Jim, don't wrestle that tree. Okay, so what does that look like, that top cloud? Does it look like a rabbit going through the sky or something? Look how it's kind of gotten fluffed out. Kind of does. For a second there, it was starting to look like a fish. Now it's breaking up in the tail. Yeah. Let me go check the video here, see how we're doing. All right, time lapse is still running. (6:09) Central Time. I don't know if we're going to get much more color because there's not as much moisture in there as I thought there might be. Not arguing now. We've had a pretty decent sunset tonight, especially relative to what there has been lately. The clouds have called it a day with the temperature cooling down. Interesting. Yeah, you made it all the way through, man. That was awesome that you did. And you did great, too, by the way. So, you did good. Alright. What is going on? Oh, I got stuff crapping out everywhere here. See how it goes. You never know. Alright. Let's just... Alright. Yeah, it's nice you can kind of sit back a little bit, isn't it? You don't have to deal with trying to guide the show and everything else. Makes life a little bit easier. Still got to be on top of it, but at least you can kind of breathe a little bit. Stop shaking the camera for a bit here. There we go. I was really hoping we'd get a little more color in the sky, but there's just not enough moisture far enough up to do it. Where are we at? USB insertion error. Yeah, that's what she said. All right. Let's see. It's not like out storm chasing, that's for sure. You can sit in one, well, of course, you can sit in one spot for this. I've actually sat in one spot and waited for a tornado to come to me once. I said, I'm not racing to it. It's coming to me anyway. Passed, the storm passed, didn't drop, but it passed just to the north of me by about half a mile or a mile. So. You can see the night light on the farm. Well, true. I mean, it is. However, when I was younger, I would go chase and try to see somewhat how close I could get. Now, I'd rather take time lapses from the wall clouds, and I can stay far away, and I don't want to be replacing windshields in these cars now, because these windshields, as opposed to the old days for $200 when you could replace a windshield, these things run like $800 or $900 because of the electronics, the cameras and stuff. It's ridiculous. As I found out the hard way. Luckily, my insurance covered the first 500, so yeah. $6:13. I don't think we're getting a lot more color. I see a little bit on the horizon, not to the north of me. I'm facing dead west. To the north of me, not much color. To the east of me, a little, but not really enough to write home about. I do, Bert. I have a couple of galleries on the East Coast that sell some things for me. kind of been quiet on putting stuff out for a while. I had one in Manhattan that I had set up, and in Carmel, and I had talked to a place in Palm Beach as well, but I bailed on the Palm Beach and decided not to do it. So we'll start doing stuff more online, but one of the places I have in New Jersey that does it actually does framing as well for me. So if I sell something, they can frame it right up, ship it. I don't have to worry about a thing with it, so it makes life good. I do, wherever there's not a restraining order. So yes, still so far I can still travel the entire country. Right now with my other work, it's pretty much between here and the East Coast. Once in a while I'll get out to California since I used to live there. I do have clients there. I haven't been out probably now in about 24 months. So I'm kind of due for a trip. And I actually thought about doing a road trip. But it looks like I may try to head down to Starbase first since now I'm 2.5 years behind, supposedly having to be there. So I kind of got to get on it. So that may be coming up. I've got a 5-state tour. Oh, I will. Because if I go Starbase, obviously I'll be coming right through your area. So we can definitely get together. Um, let's just see if we can get a little closer with that. Yeah, about where we can get. So that actually, there's a possibility I might have a 5-state tour that I have to do first week of May, but that's going to be in the Midwest if that happens. And I may have to make a trip down to Texas possibly that week. So I'm waiting to hear if that's going to happen or not. And if it is, then I'm going to line up a few things and try to get to Starbase. But I think they're going to have already launched the third Starship before I get there, which means that I'll be in between 3 and 4. Haven't seen a launch since I saw the last, what was it, the last sunset, the sunset launch of the shuttle. That's the last launch I've seen. Haven't had a chance to get down there for any of the SpaceX stuff. I've got a colleague who's doing tons of stuff down there. Great work. Actually, he's doing a lot of launches between there and Florida. Yeah, I don't think we're getting any other. I think this is going to be the most color we're going to get. We're at 617. Although it does look pretty good. Gotta say. Yeah, what I thought about doing, and I think I'm pretty much ready to commit to it, is that I'm going to do, when I do my trips, I'm going to try to, oh, look at that, right off the dash. Right off the hood. Hang on a second here. I'm going to get outside and get this shot. It's not the same. Oh, come on. There you go. Come on. Focus. Come on. Don't buzz kill me. Let's go. Oh, we're getting a little more. We're getting a little bit of color spreading. Getting a little higher. Yeah, the color's getting a little better. That's the thing I tell people always. It's great to see the sun go down, but you kind of got to hang tight and see what happens after it's down. Because that's when the good stuff happens. If it's going to happen, I should say. Yeah, it definitely is. And you're kind of seeing it go a little bit higher. When I was coming back from the last trip, actually, the entire sky was full of color. Yeah, that's a great way to start the morning sunrise. I have a couple friends that do that actually. They're up early and on the way in, so when they get to see the sunrise, you get some pretty cool stuff. You're right, Sydney Cat. It is just like a watercolor. It's funny how you can see the transitions as it goes from the ground up, and it just kind of like fades away into the blue. What's cool, and I want to try to catch one well, I'm leaving in 3 days. So I want to try to catch one so you can get this with the water, because then you get the reflection of those trees and that color would also be in the water, so you get a mirror look, and it's very cool. I just didn't have time to get up to any lake right now, tonight. Let's see what I can get here. Oof. Slowing this way down. There we go. Hopefully the time lapse comes out. If it does, I'll put some music behind it and upload it. Alright, let's see here. Time lapse is done. Let's just see here what we got besides cold hands. Alright. Let's just see. Alright, it's going to be a good time lapse. I'm watching it. Was kind of weird. The clouds are going right to left, and the sun is going left to right. This should be a good time lapse. So I have to figure out what... Put some of my music behind it. Well, I think you're going to like it. Oh, yeah. way better than I calculated correctly. So we'll definitely have something to look at. Nice. Let me pack this up in the bag in the trunk. Tripod. Let's get that. What are you doing here? Damn, that's cool. Slight panic for a moment, like, where are my car keys? So keep an eye out. I'll probably upload the time lapse later. I'll have to download it and try to figure out what of my music. I recorded a new piece this week, but I haven't decided what to do with it yet. I've only got a couple tracks down. Yeah, that would be very good. That'd be very cool. That would be very, very cool. One thing I would do, didn't do it so much when I lived in the Bay Area, but whenever I go back, I don't think I'd go to it now. It's too much crap going on. But I would go up over the Golden Gate Bridge, up in the Marin Headlands, and I had a couple spots where I could kind of just hang out at 3 in the morning and watch the fog roll in from the ocean and go up the bay. It would be very cool. There'd be nothing there. And then you would see whispers come in, and it would be more and more and more before you were engulfed. I don't think I ran any video, because that was years ago. I didn't run any video, because that would be just awesome. But I do have some great shots. I might have done a couple shots up there, too. Yeah, it was awesome, because you'd hear fog, you'd hear the foghorns once in a while. When I lived out in the Sunset District of San Francisco at night, back in the day, I'd leave my back window open a little bit, and the foghorns would just put me right to sleep at night. It was awesome. Well, we definitely had a successful night of some color, so that was awesome. And we got a decent time lapse with the clouds, so I was hoping for that. Because all day the clouds were absolutely perfect. Right, Sydney Cat? That's what I said too. This is good. Because we had a couple that were iffy up here in this spot this last week or so. They really are. They're not, and because there's just enough moisture in the air apparently we still have quite a bit of color. Sometimes you have to make sure this thing isn't frozen too. That happened one night when Princess was on watching the sunset, and I was across the street filming and shooting in a cornfield. And I came back. I'm going. It was almost dark. I'm like, how come the sun isn't down on the camera? I'm going, oh man, it locked up. Damn. You just never know. I'm looking to see if I can find something moving so I can see if I can see it in the camera. Oh, I know where to look. Let's see. Where? Yeah, you never know. It happens. Well, I think on that note, I'm going to shut this down and start heading back. Get all these images and footage downloaded. And we'll see what we come up with. And we'll see where we head next. And we'll continue on to the train that's going to start in a little while here and make it to Spine Tick. So thanks for everybody for stopping by. I really appreciate it. It's awesome to have you here. Love to share this with you, which is always what it's about. And I'll start, I'll definitely post the time lapse, and maybe what I'll do is a separate video where I just put the photos and we can take a look at stuff. So have a great night, everybody. Thanks again, and we will talk to all of you soon as I warm up. Yes, my tire pressure's low. I know. Get away from me. Ay, 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 ay. We'll see you on the train tonight. Sydney Cat, have a great night. Bert, I will talk to you soon. Everyone else, thanks for stopping by. Have a great night.